It's quarterfinals time in the UEFA Champions League for 2024, and that means more predictions from the team at Sportic. It's time to make some pretty wild predictions. Or to be honest, maybe they're not going to be. We'll see. As always, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. It's a fun time of year and a time to see who wins the 2024 UEFA Champions League. I'll be predicting the quarterfinals and potential hypothetical semi-final and the finals, but I will be glossing over the semi-finals and finals and focusing on the quarterfinal matchups, as we still don't know who's going to be in the later stages. However, I will be making a note of who I believe will win the semi-finals and final, and keep a note of our prediction for the future and see how it evolves. So let's get straight into it. Atletico Madrid versus Dortmund. A fun matchup, to be honest. You got a team who upset Inter Milan, a team who I have picked as my dark horse for this year's Champions League before it was modern to do so, before it was the cool thing to do. I'm ahead of my time. Sportic is ahead of its time. I have to stick with them. I like the setup. I like Diego Simeone's tactics. That might be a bit of a controversial statement, but I like the way they play. I appreciate their game style. I appreciate how they set up looking to advance. Some teams are playing too beautiful football. Fair enough if you're playing in the domestic stages in the league. However, we're talking about a cup competition, and it's a time to really grind out results and try our best to progress, or try their best to progress. So, Atletico Madrid for mine. Dortmund have some great counter-attacking players. Atletico Madrid have Griezmann, Morata, a great defense. Who knows? Who knows? But I'll go with Dortmund. They are playing the first leg at home, which is a bit of a disadvantage, of course. Borussia Dortmund has that amazing crowd support at the Signal Iduna Park. The yellow wall, as they say. But enough on that. Atletico Madrid for mine. Paris, Barcelona. This one's quite hard to predict. However, I do appreciate that Mbappe is going into perhaps his final Champions League knockout stage for Paris Saint-Germain. And that might bring out something different and some sort of extra energy into the squad. Will it be enough to come over Barcelona? We'll see. However, we must appreciate that Barcelona do struggle defending the counter-attack. And PSG do have some amazing counter-attacking players in Mbappe, Dembele, Kolo Muani, and of course, Barcola, the new kid on the block. A great defense as well. PSG is quite well-rounded, and watch out for them. I do believe they get through. First leg at home, once again, it doesn't help, but I do back PSG, and I reckon that Mbappe narrative helps them out a bit. All right, Arsenal-Bayern, a matchup which a lot of fans are looking forward to watching because we know the history of these two teams. Bayern dominate them historically, 10-2 and 8-2 wins in aggregate in the past decade. I do rate Arsenal, but I do believe they are bottle jobs, and it's going to be quite a long time until I reckon they find another energy. This year, next year, maybe perhaps in a couple of years' time, they will be reaching the goals in which they set out to do this season. They're still lacking a bit of quality and experience. Bayern Munich have been there and done that. Okay, they're playing pretty poorly in the Bundesliga, but sometimes that has to happen. They've won it, 13 times in a row? It's time to focus on Champions League. Harry Kane has a great record against Arsenal. An Arsenal product, isn't he? Growing up, he was an Arsenal fan and played in the youth academy. Of course, a Tottenham legend and looking to take out Arsenal. I do back Bayern Munich here. Sorry, Arsenal fans, but I don't believe they get ready for it, and perhaps they should put their effort into the Premier League. Real Madrid, Man City. It's an amazing matchup, isn't it? It's the third year in a row, I believe, they're playing each other, and it's going to be the trilogy, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. Real Madrid have the disadvantage of having to play Man City at the Etihad in the second leg. Man City's been a bit weird this season, but are doing their job. They're getting by in the hunt for the Premier League title. Of course, still the favourites. However, not the title leaders at the moment. Or league leaders at the moment. So we'll see, but De Bruyne's quality coupled with Haaland's brilliance and Rodri's defensive capabilities, it's amazing everywhere you go, from defence to attack to the midfield to goalkeeper Ederson playing out from the back. They're a sight to behold. And that's why Man City, I reckon, over 2 legs, it'll be a similar matchup to last year, in which Real Madrid lack a bit of midfield prowess. They do have Bellingham, of course. They do have Cruz and Modric and Chouamani, but something about that De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva combination that just sort of, let's be honest, Real Madrid have to play on the counter-attack. That's a pretty controversial statement saying that Real Madrid don't have the midfield prowess, but I hope you guys believe what I'm trying to say. I understand what I'm trying to say. Regardless, Man City, I reckon, go through. And let's get into these hypotheticals. I'll try to be pretty fast, quick fire in these ones. Atletico Madrid, Paris. If this were to happen, even though I do back Atletico, I would see Paris winning over 2 legs, especially with the return leg being in Paris. Mbappe's narrative of trying to bring home a UCL for PSG in his final season, what is supposed to be his final season, would back Paris a bit faster. I reckon they could break down Atletico Madrid's defense, that low block they have. Paris in the final. Bayern, Man City. Man City, they sort of cooked Bayern Munich last season. Of course, Bayern Munich didn't take their chances. It was closer than the scoreline leads you to believe. However, Man City they're pretty similar to last season and they deserve to be the favourites. So Man City, Paris. Mbappe would have to cook up a World Cup 2022 final to get by in this game. Man City is just on another level. It's quite boring to pick Man City, but they're the best. We'll see what happens. Perhaps in a future video, Sportic will put somebody else as favourites to win. But for now, it's Man City, led by De Bruyne and co. So that's it. Sportic's predictions for the quarterfinals and beyond, albeit we'll make future videos on the semi-finals and the final. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If I made an error, if you guys believe you would pick someone else. But that's it for now. And of course, there's one more point I do want to make. Sportic is interested in what you guys would like to see on the channel. We have been focusing on some UEFA Champions League and Euros videos, both tier list and predictions. However, would you like to see more tennis videos or basketball videos? NBA videos are on the horizon. Let us know if you would like to see that. Or if you do prefer these football videos, which are pretty fun to make, however, can be quite repetitive. So would you like to see more variation on the channel, or are you happy with the football videos sprinkled in with the mostly Djokovic analysis? We appreciate the subscribers and viewers who make it possible for this channel to run, and we value your feedback as to what you like to watch the most, because that makes it a more enjoyable experience for everyone involved. So thank you from the team at Sportic, and until next time.